up, YouTube? It's your boy, City Boy here, bringing you guys another video. And in today's video, I'm bringing you a movie recap of the movie The Babysitter, the 2020, not the 2020, the 2021 version, Killer Bee. I have watched the movie. I have watched The Babysitter back in 2020, and it was actually not that bad to me. It was fun, exciting, and taught a boy how to become a man. So the actors who played in this were Jordan Lewis, Samantha Weaver, Janice Ortega, and Emily and Lee. There are other actors like the famous Vine actor King Batch who play in this movie, or as his name further known as Andrew Bachelor. So, like I said, I'm doing a whole movie recap of this movie. Like I said, I like the first one and the second one because the first one made sense. The second one was kind of all over the place and stuff. Like I said, the movie is basically about a babysitter who practiced a cult, who was a cult leader who tried to literally not sacrifice. She sacrificed somebody else and wanted to use the blood of the innocent. Basically, this boy was basically a virgin and stuff. He was 7 years old at the time. And my God, this movie was kind of amazing to me. So, like I said, I really want to get into this. This is actually the second recap, not the first one. So how it ended was good, but then again, I watched the second one, and the second one was kind of, like I said, the second one was all over the place. Without further ado, let's jump right into this already.
Hey guys, today we'll be covering a 2020 horror comedy film called The Babysitter Killer Queen.
This is
2 years ago, 14-year-old Cole found out that his babysitter Bee was part of a satanic cult. The night he killed Bee and her friends was the most traumatic night of his life. After he was rescued, he told everything to the police and his parents. However, they never believed him and assumed he had a psychotic break. Currently, he is in junior high and has PTSD from the incident. He remembers talking to Bee at the end of the night and making peace with her, but it hasn't helped him forget the gruesome deaths he witnessed. Cole's life after that night hasn't changed much, as he still gets bullied in school and is considered a loser by his classmates.
Pretty much.
The only person on his side is his best friend Melanie. She is Cole's neighbor and knows that everything he is saying about the cult is true. However, two teenagers cannot prove the deaths when there is no evidence whatsoever. Cole has a huge crush on Melanie, but she is in a relationship with the typical popular kid, Jimmy. She is also in a friend group of 4 consisting of her, Jimmy, and the 2 unpopular kids, Diego and Bon Bon. Melanie spends most of her time with them and often neglects Cole. One day in class, the teacher introduces them to a new student named Phoebe. She is a blunt badass who is intelligent and straightforward. There are rumors going around the class that she killed her own parents. At first glance, Cole knows that she is not someone he should mess with. Then we are introduced to Cole's parents, Archie and Phyllis. They are worried about their son's mental health, mistaking his PTSD for a psychotic break. They urge him to take many medications to help him with his anxiety. However, the meds only make him hallucinate more. One night after months of being on medication, Archie checks if Cole has forgotten about the made-up satanic cult. However, on realizing that the kid still thinks his story was real, he knows something has to be done. The couple makes the harsh decision of sending him to a psychiatric academy. The next day, while looking for something, Cole finds the academy's leaflet. It doesn't take him long before realizing what his parents have decided for him. However, he knows that he is not mentally ill and would do anything to not go to a psychiatric school. At school, Cole shows the paper to Melanie. She thinks his parents are doing too much and assures him that he is not insane. She also invites him to a party where she is sneaking off during lunch. Cole is reluctant to go because he is still not used to being around many people. In the following scene, the new student Phoebe opens her locker and brings out a stuffed toy that is very close to her. It has a keyring stuck to its ear, which reminds her of a car ride. Right before the lunch break, Cole is asked to go to the principal's office where his parents are waiting for him. He realizes they are about to take him to the academy and quickly joins Melanie in her father's car. He had thought only the 2 of them would be going to the party, but is disappointed when joined by Jimmy, Diego, and Bon Bon. They make their next stop at a lake bash where many youngsters are dancing, drinking, and having fun. Cole throws his anxiety medication away, hoping to be free for one day. He also notices Phoebe joining the party, but she gets on a jet ski and drives away right after. The group then boards a boat to enjoy the party privately. Somewhere else, Cole's parents go to Melanie's father and ask him about their son. The man doesn't care where the children are until he finds out that Melanie stole his car. They make a police complaint, but the officer asks him to wait until dinner because most runaways return by then. Back on the boat, Cole and Melanie end up kissing inside a closet while playing a game of 7 Minutes in Heaven. As everyone chats, Diego asks Cole about the cult that made him crazy. Melanie tries to dodge the question, but accidentally mentions the demon book. Cole clearly remembers that he never told her about the book. He inquires how she is familiar with it, and Melanie insists he told her about it on the night everything happened. Then suddenly, she takes out a boat hook and kills Bomb Bomb with it, making the room a bloodied mess. Cole is in utter shock and can hardly move. It turns out Melanie also signed the book and made a deal with the devil because she wants fame and money. Jimmy and Diego are with her, having sold their souls.
That was a twist right there. His whole best friend who experienced everything with him has betrayed him. That's fucked up.
As well. More surprises come when the older cult members appear out of nowhere. Cole remembers each of their deaths vividly and is very confused. They reveal that they are spirits of the dead members who are about to come back to life after tonight's ritual. As per the book, Bomb Bomb's death was a sacrifice. Now they need an innocent person's blood to seal the deal. The said innocent person is Cole. Melanie had thought he would pass out after taking the medications and some alcohol, which never happened. This means they will have to kill him after drawing his blood. Cole tries his best to escape, but there is no hope since he is up against so many people in the middle of a lake. Suddenly, Phoebe barges in, asking if they have fuel for her jet ski. The dead body makes her think the group is into weird cosplays, and she simply walks away. When everyone is distracted, Cole makes a run for it and drives away with Phoebe. An older cult member, Max, uses a crossbow to make a hole in their fuel tank so they can't get too far. The two stop when they are at the bank. Cole wants to stick together, but Phoebe doesn't trust him. She walks away alone and bumps into a man camping in the dark. She asks him for help, but the guy starts making inappropriate comments. Cole comes to Phoebe's rescue and tries to run away in his car. However, they have to stop when Sonya appears in front of their car with the flamethrower.
I remember Sonya was the most craziest bitch ever.
She kills the pervert first, then attacks the other two.
The way how she died was because she died in the attic, blown up by a firecracker. Bro, most epic deaths ever, bro. I'm gonna do a video on most epic deaths in movies.
Cole runs over her several times before a surfboard from the top of the car decapitates her. Then the two try driving away, but to their misfortune, the car is stuck. The cult followers are nearby, so they hide under the vehicle. The group separates into the older and younger ones and start looking for the duo. When alone, Phoebe reveals there is a cabin nearby owned by her late parents. They decide to spend the night there, so in the morning, the enemies will have no reason to look for them since the ritual can only be performed tonight. On their way, they bump into another cult follower, Allison. She fires a shot randomly, which strikes a rock and hits her in the chest. Still, she continues running after them and eventually falls into a crevice in between the mountains. The other two try pulling her, but the only thing that comes down is half of her body. They leave another decapitated body behind and try to run before being confronted by Max.
Half of her body? That was a whole body. The only thing that came down was all her body except for her head. And then she got crushed by the rock. That shit was hilarious. Now Max was kind of a confusing killer because he was trying to teach. In the first one, he was trying to teach Max how to be a man. Like, man, nah, we ain't gonna do this. Yeah, you're gonna die. You're gonna die with egg in your face and stuff. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you like a man now. Yeah. Now he was kind of his mentor / killer. Like he was trying to mentor him and kill him at the same time. Max was a fucking weirdo, but I respect him for it. He was like, after he had him a couple of times. He had him when he was about to choke him out. And he seen that someone was egging his house. He said, man, you better go up there and beat their ass. Bro, he was confused as hell.
Who attacks them with an axe. Cole uses Allison's leg as a shield and manages to save himself. After that, he hits Max in the crotch and runs away with Phoebe on the boat. Max doesn't give up that easily and uses a lifeboat attached to the boat to follow behind. Phoebe uses a can of silly string to light him on fire, and Cole shreds his body with the boat's propeller, causing yet another gruesome death. Meanwhile, Jimmy and Diego have had enough of the chase. They cancel the deal with the devil and try to walk away, unaware that is not how the devil works.
Boom!
As a result, they are turned into ashes in an instant. Melanie thinks of Plan B and calls Archie, telling him their location and pretending like Cole is acting weird again. Meanwhile, Phoebe and Cole share an interesting conversation and get to know more about each other. After surviving several murder attempts together, they have formed a connection. They reach the cabin and decide to stay in the bunker for the night. Phoebe reveals that some time ago, she and her babysitter were in a car when they crashed into her parents, which caused all their deaths. Phoebe was the only survivor, which made it worse, since she was the one driving the car that crashed. She has been blaming herself for the deaths ever since then. The rabbit doll and the keyring are the only things that remind her of them. Cole consoles her, which ends up in them making love in the cabin's bunker. Outside, Archie and
Bro, you know what? Fuck it. I'll put the clip of when they were doing it. In the fucking, like, right now. Boom. And we're back, guys. Like I said, that was the most craziest sex scene ever. Like I said, it wasn't actually a sex scene. It was basically them dancing around and stuff. Bro.
Melanie's father arrived to bring him back home. Melanie tells him that Cole is hallucinating and blabbering about cults again. They find the cabin and figure out Cole is hiding inside the bunker. Unaware of the truth, Archie believes Melanie and asks his son to come out. Initially, Cole is reluctant, but he feels safer in his father's presence. The duo comes outside with a crossbow and a sword for protection. John sees this and tries to attack them with another sword. This results in a chandelier falling down on him, causing his immediate death. Archie and Melanie's father are in shock, having witnessed their first gruesome death of the night. Cole and Phoebe run away, while Archie follows them. Meanwhile, Melanie's father stops her, furious at her for taking his car. She doesn't think twice before killing him as well. Cole and Phoebe are now far from the cabin. He asks her to run away without him, since the cult is after him. After that, he meets Archie and tries to convince him that he's not crazy, but he follows it by saying that they're being chased by demons, which doesn't convince his father. Archie secretly sedates him and puts him in the car. Somewhere else, Phoebe meets Melanie, who asks her to join the cult like the rest of them. When Phoebe refuses, they get into an intense fight. Phoebe puts up a tough fight.
Like a Mortal Kombat fight. What the fuck? They were like, finish him. It's like, they were like basically fighting the video game, Brady.
But Melanie wins in the end. She then abducts her and brings her to the area where the ritual is about to happen. She is sure that Cole will come to save Phoebe. Then we see Archie stopping at a gas station. Cole wakes up and takes his opportunity to drive away to get Phoebe. He arrives at the ritual site and volunteers to give his blood in turn for Phoebe's life. Suddenly, the mastermind behind the ritual, Bee, emerges from the water. Phoebe recognizes her as the babysitter who died in the accident that killed her parents. It turns out, Bee never died the night Cole slammed a car on top of her. She went on to be Phoebe's babysitter and died in the accident. Before the ritual starts, everyone who died that night is born as the spirit for the second time. Melanie takes the blood from...
And here is the big twist. This is the best twist. Like I said, the movie was all over the place, but I like the ending because it was a whole big fucking twist at the end. Like, it was basically, you know what? I'm gonna show y'all and I'm gonna tell y'all what happens.
He gives it to everyone. The excited members drink it in an instant and start vomiting. Bee, who didn't drink the blood, calmly reveals that the ritual is destroyed because Cole isn't innocent anymore, having lost his virginity early. Following that, everyone who drank the blood turns into ashes, one after another. Bee reveals that it was...
Like I said, Max was basically like, you my boy. You can't hate on that. He was like, you can't hate, bro. Like I said, Max was basically the antagonizer and the mentor at the same time. He was like, no, who would have sex with that? Should I tell him? And the B was like, should I tell him? And then, as Max was done, he was like, you couldn't hate on that. You know what? You couldn't hate. My man got some cheats. So basically, the whole thing was set up by B. As they're going to describe it, the whole thing was set up by her, and she made everything so fucking perfectly. She placed the doll in the locker. She put the doll. She siphoned the gas out of there. She set up the cabin so they can, get it on. She did everything, and in the end, she gave up her life. Like, damn, my favorite two people got together. There's our winner, they're winners, and they're losers. See, Phoebe, or B, sorry, did I say Phoebe? Not Phoebe, not Phoebe. B, and like I said, she was Phoebe's babysitter. After finding out the little girl's going to die, she sacrificed her soul to the devil to save Phoebe. In knowing why, she did what was right, and then she did the exact same thing, where basically she drank the blood and sacrificed herself in the end. Like, damn, we at this point, you know what? Ain't no point in this. If I'm still alive, you're gonna keep coming for y'all. I don't want the devil to come for y'all. Y'all are too good of kids. So I'm gonna sacrifice myself. So she risked her entire soul going to hell for these two kids. That's memorable right there. Like, in the first one, I was not feeling bad for B. I wasn't feeling bad for her and stuff. But in the second one, she made me feel something. Like, damn. She set this entire thing up. She outsmarted the devil, basically.
Her plan to save Cole and Phoebe. Cole put all his trust in her 2 years ago, which made her a better person. After the accident that killed Phoebe's parents, B was alive and Phoebe was on the verge of death. So, she got into the cult again to save Phoebe's life, in turn for hers. She is also the one who brought Cole and Phoebe together so they could be there for each other. After saying that, she drinks the blood and turns into ashes. We see the devil's book fall to the ground when no cult members are left. Archie witnesses B turning into dust and realizes Cole has been right this whole time. Everything goes back to normal following that. Cole tells his therapist that he made up the entire cult thing and gets over it. The movie ends as they hug.
See, that was right there is what you call, it hit me so much on that movie. It really did. Like, God, Jesus, you don't know how that movie hit me here, bro. That movie hit me here. The second one did. The first one, like I said, I like the first one. The first one was funny and stuff. It was comedy, horror, and comedy and horror at that point. Like I said, the blood sacrifice and all that, everything. That was funny to me. So, and like I said, in the second one, we get backstory of the cult members as they're being reborn and stuff. We get a backstory of how B met them and stuff. But like I said, if you guys want to go see the movie, like I said, this is my opinion and his opinion. Like I said, the movie was great to me. I like it. People said it wasn't that good because it was like, you know, it wasn't like that. But it was good to me. I loved it. So that'll be the end of this video, guys. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel if you're new, turn on the notifications, guys. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.